This budget hearing of the Committee on Finance, Subcommittee J, is hereby called to order. The chair acknowledges the presence of Senator Robin Padilla. We are hearing the budget of the National Irrigation Administration. May we request the Senate Secretary of the committee, Attorney Lina, to acknowledge our resource persons.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon. From the NIA Central Office, Engineer Eduardo Eddie G. Gillian, Administrator; Engineer Robert C. Sogitan, Senior Deputy Administrator; Engineer Rene B. Ugay, Officer in Charge, Deputy Administrator for Engineering Operations Manager, Engineering Department; Engineer Ferdinand J. Sales, Manager Corporate Planning Services; Engineer Wilhelm S. Chanco, Manager Operations Department; Attorney Engineer Cynthia C. Reynosa, Manager Construction Management Division; Engineer Roald Mark J. Reveliam, Manager Project Planning Division; Mr. Patrick R. Leon, Manager Planning and Programming Division; Ms. Helen T. Lauyan, Manager Budget and Revenue Division; Ms. Sherilyn A. Blusa, Manager Accounting Division; Engineer Marshall J. Alon Jr., Manager Equipment Management Division; Engineer Martin T. Tacloban, Manager Institutional Development Division; Ms. Mylene C. Garcia, Corporate Finance Services Chief, Budget and Revenue Division; Engineer Christian C. Cabrega, Section Chief, AMD Operations Department; Engineer Christopher A. Garay, Supervising Engineer A, EMD Operations Department; Engineer Christopher D. Manlangit, Supervising Engineer A, Engineering Department; Engineer Kervin E. Sarmiento, Supervising Engineer, CMD Engineering Department; Engineer Ralph Sael M. Babak, Senior Engineer, AMD Operations Department; Mariel Almira J. Viernes, Research Analyst, PPD Corporate Planning Services; Alvin B. Delfinado, Reproduction Machine Operator, Corporate Planning Services. From the regional offices, we have Engineer Ronilio M. Cervantes, Regional Manager A, CAR; Engineer Jeffrey B. Catulin, Acting Regional Manager, Region 1; Engineer Raimundo B. Apil, Regional Manager, Region 2; Engineer Gelio Michael O. Dimoloy, Department Manager, Mariis; Engineer Christian Manalo, Division Manager, Region 3; Engineer Alvin L. Manuel, Acting Department Manager, UP RIIS; Engineer Roberto J. De La Cruz, Regional Manager, Region 4A; Engineer Edwin C. Nazareno, Acting Regional Manager, Region 4B; Engineer Gaudencio John M. De Vera, Regional Manager, Region 5; Engineer Junel B. Bores, Regional Manager, Region 6; Engineer Eusebio Villamanto, Regional Manager, Region 7; Engineer James C. De Jesus, Regional Manager, Region 8; Engineer Nathaniel S. Plaza, Regional Manager, Region 9; Engineer Larry C. Franada, Acting Regional Manager, Region 10; Dexter A. Sablaon, Acting Regional Manager, Region 11; Engineer Diosdado A. Rosales, Regional Manager, Region 12; Engineer Ruby C. Tuan Jr., Regional Manager, Region 13. From the project management offices, Engineer Roseleto C. Mercado, Officer in Charge; Engineer Randy C. Alipis, Acting Project Manager; Engineer Marson C. Bucobo, Division Manager; Engineer Jose Shidel N. Sigubiens, Division Manager. And from the COA, we have the Representative John Gilbert PPO, State Auditor 4, and together with Franeros U. Malong and Mark Anthony C. Encarnacion. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you to the Committee Secretary. Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Ngayong hapon na ito, susuriin natin ang budget 2026 ng National Irrigation Administration. Ang ahensyang literal na dinidiligan ang mga lupang sinasaka ng ating mga magsasaka. Hindi na bago sa atin ang National Irrigation Administration. Dati akong umupo bilang chairman ng inyong board 2014, 2015 sa ilalim ng Administrasyong Benigno Aquino III. So pamilyar tayo sa mga issue at usapin ng National Irrigation Administration. Sa 256.5 billion pesos na nakalaan sa agrikultura para sa susunod na taon, 45.1 billion o halos 18% ang dadaloy sa irigasyon. Halos 1/5 ng total budget ng Agri ay nasa NIA. Ayon sa President's message, 32 billion pesos ang galing sa NIA, 720 naman million ang sa DA. Ang magpapatubig sa mahigit 2 milyong ektarya ng lupang sakahan. May 500 million pesos pa para sa upland at maliliit na water impounding projects. Alam nating lahat kapag dumadaloy ang tubig, mas masagana ang ani. Kapag walang tubig, walang tutubo. Mula sa bigas hanggang sa mais, hanggang sa gulay, nagdodoble o nagtitriple pa ang ani kapag may sapat na irigasyon. Nakakapanatag ng loob at kita ng magsasaka ang siguradong pagkukunan ng tubig. Ang tanong, nakakasabay ba tayo sa hamon ng climate change? Naghuhukay pa rin ba tayo ng mga kanal? Gaano karami sa ating mga sakahan ang gumagamit ng solar pump o kaya smart irrigation system? At tulad ng malayang pagdaloy ng tubig, di rin dapat tumatagas ang tiwala ng taong bayan. Paano sinisiguro ng NIA na ang bawat pisong budget nito ay dumadaloy sa mga bukirin at hindi sa bulsa ng kurap? Ang korupsyon at ang pamamahala, sabi nga sa kanta ng misis ko, parang tubig at langis, ang haloy luhat paghihinagpis. Kamakailan lamang nagkaroon ng balita na isa sa dating empleyado ng National Irrigation Administration ay pinatay. Nais din nating malaman ano na ang ginagawa ng NIA tungkol dito sa usaping ito. Dahil bawat buhay ay mahalaga. At nais nating hanapan ng paraan kung ito'y mayroong kinalaman sa kanyang trabaho sa NIA, tungkulin ng NIA na hanapan ng paraan para magkaroon ng hustisya. And so we proceed. May opening statement po ba ang ating kasamahang? Maraming salamat. So we are ready to hear the budget presentation ng National Irrigation Administration. Engineer Guillen, our administrator, you have the floor.
Thank you. To the Honorable Chairperson of the Committee on Finance, Honorable Senator Sherwin Win Gatchalian, our sponsor and Chairman of the Committee on Finance Subcommittee J, Honorable Senator Francis Kiko Pangilinan, our dear Senator Robin Hood Padilla, and our colleagues from the National Irrigation Administration. A pleasant afternoon to all of you. It is our privilege to present before you the irrigation plans and programs of the agency for fiscal year 2026. This presentation aims to provide a comprehensive overview of our proposed programs, projects, and initiatives that are important in advancing agricultural productivity, ensuring water security, and supporting the livelihood of our Filipino farmers nationwide. As of December 31, 2024, a total of 2.17 million hectares, representing 69.3% of the country's estimated 3.13 million hectares of potential irrigable land based on 3% slope, have already been developed. This leaves approximately 1.03 million hectares still lacking irrigation, which will require substantial investments to ensure their full development and utilization. And the physical and financial accomplishments in fiscal year 2025, the agency achieved an obligation rate of 63%, a disbursement rate of 45%, and a physical accomplishment of 35%. While in fiscal year 2024, the agency achieved an obligation rate of 97%, a disbursement rate of 70%, and a physical accomplishment of 80%. With these accomplishments, we assure you that the agency will continue to uphold project standards and maximize the effective use of the allotments entrusted to us to deliver the intended outcomes. Here are the ongoing programs and strategic directions of the agency for the fiscal year 2026 aimed at increasing agricultural production and improving cropping intensity. The Irrigation Systems Restoration Program. As we continue to assess the state of our irrigation systems, we can see the widespread damage from unlined and scarred canals, aging dams, and gravel service roads that hamper the delivery of support and services to farmers. That's why we're actively pursuing the modernization of irrigation infrastructure. This includes concreting of existing earth canals to prevent water loss and erosion, repair and rehabilitation of aging dams to strengthen safety and storage capacity, restoration of the non-functional, non-operational irrigation systems, climate adaptation measures within our irrigation systems, and approving or improving the NIA service roads along the irrigation canals. For this program, only 15.7 billion was recommended, which represents 16% of our original proposal. And climate change adaptation works. Many of our irrigation systems still rely on manual gate operations, meaning actual people have to go down, crank open gates, and make on-the-spot adjustments based on weather and water supply. So to address this, we are continuing the implementation of the dam automation and modernization program. The project will not only enhance the structural stability of our irrigation systems, but also incorporate advanced monitoring systems and climatological data and flood forecasting. For this program, only 600 million was recommended, which represents 7% of our original proposal. For the restoration and repair of national, communal, and pump systems, given the increasing frequency and severity of natural disasters such as typhoons, earthquakes, and other calamities, we recognize the urgent need to restore, repair, modernize, and upgrade our irrigation infrastructure. For this program, only 14.13 billion was recommended, which represents 20% of our original proposal. And the improvement of service roads, we will prioritize the enhancement of service road within national and communal systems, which is essential for facilitating the efficient transport of farm equipment and harvested crops, as well as for supporting the operation and maintenance activities within our irrigation service areas. For this program, only 1 billion was recommended, which represents 6% of our original proposal. An irrigation systems development program. With the remaining 1 million hectares of potential area for development based on the 3% slope criterion, the agency continues to undertake feasibility studies and detailed engineering designs to identify and implement small, medium, and large-scale irrigation projects. These projects are designed not only to expand irrigation service areas, but also to integrate flood control, power generation, and water conservation measures for greater resilience and sustainability. For this program, only 16.26 billion was recommended, which represents 19% of our original proposal. Under the new National Irrigation Projects Program, as reflected in the NEP, the agency will implement the construction of 19 new and ongoing projects that must be fast-tracked to ensure timely completion. Among the priority projects are the Halaor River Multipurpose Projects Stage 2, the Ilocos Norte, Ilocos Sur Abra Irrigation Project or the INISAIP, the Tumawini River Multipurpose Project in Isabela, and the Balog-Balog Multipurpose Project in Tarlac. For this program, 4.98 billion was recommended, which represents only 17% of our original proposal. On the other hand, we are also scaling up small reservoir irrigation projects to serve far-flung, rain-fed communities with 3.4 billion, which represents 36% of our original proposal. This is PBBM's infrastructure flagship projects. We would like to highlight three of the agency's infrastructure flagship projects. First, the INISAIP, or the Ilocos Norte Ilocos Sur Abra Irrigation Project in Region 1, with an overall project cost of 37.5 billion. In 2026, we proposed 5 billion. Yun po kasi ang NEDA approved. NEDA proposed din. But only 1 billion was included under the National Expenditure Program. Second, the Tumawini River Multipurpose Project in Region 2 with an overall project cost of 13.95 billion. For 2026, we proposed 3.5 billion, but the NEP provides only 486.62 million. Lastly, the Balog-Balog Multipurpose Project in Region 3 with an overall project cost of 18.18 billion. In 2026, we proposed 2.22 billion, while the NEP provides 641.67 million. These figures show that while our proposals were anchored on the approved certificate budget of inclusion and also approved and endorsed by the DepDeb, the allocations under the NEP remain significantly lower. We are now expanding our irrigation development from merely relying fuel to implementing solar-powered irrigation system. It is not just energy efficient, it also reduces greenhouse gas emissions, lower operational costs for farmers, and provides a more climate-smart irrigation option, especially in upland areas. For 2026, only 4.02 billion was recommended, which represents 13% of our original proposal. The construction of new small irrigation projects aims to generate new service areas that are not currently served by existing irrigation systems, with 2.1 billion, which represents 16% of our original proposal. The extension or expansion of existing irrigation service systems involves constructing additional irrigation facilities or structures to generate new service areas, provided the current water supply can support the expansion. For 2026, only 851 million was recommended, which represents 31% of our original proposal. The Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Program Irrigation Component, or the CARP-IC, is a government support service that empowers agrarian reform beneficiaries, or the ARBs, through the development of communal irrigation systems within agrarian reform communities, identified, of course, by the Department of Agrarian Reform, and the provision of capability building programs. For 2026, 882 million was recommended, which represents 55% of our original proposal. In support to operations, many of our systems are dealing with heavy siltation, clogging up canals, affecting water flow, and reducing our system's efficiency. Our refleeting program, which supports our operations and maintenance mechanisms by providing much needed heavy equipments like excavators, trucks, and other machinery to help us desilt, rehabilitate, and maintain our canals and reservoirs. For 2026, 500 million was recommended, which represents 50% of our original proposal. For the irrigation management transfer support services, all of our infrastructure and system would mean very little without the people who operate and sustain them on the ground, our irrigators associations, or IAs. We are also helping farmers' organizations evolve into irrigation service cooperatives and agricultural cooperatives started in 2024. For 2026, 396 million was recommended, which represents 52% of our original proposal. For the Farming Support Services Program, this aims to improve, accelerate, and sustain quality rice production in support of the government's program and attaining rice sufficiency, increase productivity in irrigated agriculture, improve water management technology application, increase the level of adoption and application of farm mechanization. Here are the agency's budget proposal for fiscal year 2026. For FY 2025, the combined budget under the budgetary support to government corporations or BSGC and internally generated funds was 70.37 billion. However, under the proposed 2026 NEP, the DBM only recommends 46.17 billion. This reflects a decrease of 24.2 billion or 35% compared to the previous year. The reduction is mainly in the BSGC allocation, which will directly affect the agency's capacity to implement irrigation projects nationwide. Here are the comparison between the FY 2025 GAA and FY 2026 NEP by program expenditure classification. For general admission and support, or the GAS, there is a slight increase of 98 million or 1%. Similarly, support to operations increased by 125% by 125 million or 5%. However, the most significant adjustment is in operations, which decreased from 56.42 billion in 2025 to 31.99 billion in 2026, a sharp reduction of 24.43 billion or 43%. Next is the comparison of FY 2025 and FY 2026 NEP by expense class. The personal services, there is a slight decrease of 54.58 million or 1%. Similarly, maintenance and other operating expenses also went down by 33.35 million or 1%. The most significant reduction is the capital outlay, which dropped from 59.98 billion in 2025 to 34.86 billion in 2026, a cut of 24.12 billion or 41%. To the honorable members of this committee and the House of Representatives, we sincerely express our gratitude for your support of the agency and our ongoing efforts to serve the Filipino farmers. That ends our presentation of the proposed irrigation plans, programs, and projects. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Administrator Gillian. Correction lang, this House of Senate.
Sorry.
We can now proceed, Senator Robin. You have 10 minutes. Go ahead.
Maraming salamat po sa ating ginagalang at hinahangaan na tagapangulo ng komite na ito na nagsisilbi pong bayani ng mga magsasaka ngayon at pinaglalaban po ang karapatan ng mga magsasaka sa mga oras na ito at buong puso pong nagpapasalamat ang mga nasa Nueva Ecija at nasa Camarines Norte at nasa BARM sa inyo at napapanood po namin ang inyong pakikibaka para sa karapatan ng mga magsasaka. Meron lamang po ako mga konting katanungan sa atin pong administrator. Opo, nagtataka lamang po ako kasi dati po ang inyong kapulungan ay nasa ilalim po ng DA. Tama po ba? At nung 2024, kayo po ay inilipat sa ating Pangulo. At ang gumawa po ng budget ay DBM. Di ba po? Ang DBM ay nasa ilalim ng Pangulo. Bakit po kaya kayo binawasan? Ano po kaya ang dahilan? Di ba po dapat kayo ay nadagdagan? Pwede po bang itanong?
Ang totoo po, kung NEP to NEP ang comparison, Mr. Chair, is that nag-increase naman tayo. But pagka GAA na to NEP, yun po yung nag-decrease.
Diretsahan po tayo kasi sinasabi nyo lumiit ng ilang %. Opo, diretsahin po natin. So sa ilalim po ng opisina ng presidente, kayo lumiit ang inyong budget. Kasi ang gumawa po ng NEP ay DBM .
Tama po yun, Mr.
Opo, bakit po kaya? Ano po kaya ang dahilan? Ano po ang dahilan? Kasi 10 minutes lang ito, boss. Bilisan natin. Yes. Baka ako'y palayasin ng ating senador.
Yes. Ang sinasabi po ay yung ating medyo mahigpit po yung ating fiscal.
Kaya sinasabi niyo po ba na kayo dapat higpitan? Kayo po, di ba ang sinabi po ng gobyerno natin ni food security? Ang pinaglalaban po ng ating mahal na senador dito, food security, di ba po kayo ang may responsibilidad dito para magkaroon? Sabi nga po yung pagkauhaw ng lupa ng mga magsasaka, kayo po ang didilig. Kumbaga kayo yung asawa eh. Oh, paano po kaya yung kayo magdidilig kung mahina ang inyong ano po, budget?
Tama po yan, Mr. Chair. In fact, ang isang plano po kasi noon, ang pagkakaintindi ko po, kaya kami dinala rin sa opisina ng ating Pangulo ay para mapapadali po yung tinatawag na convergence projects. Ito yung,
Dumali po ba? Diretsahin niyo po para, sir, dumali po ba o humaba pa ang prosesyon?
palagay ko po ay mas madali naman ngayon po dahil nga diretsa na kami
Dumali
makikipag-usap.
bumaba ang inyong budget.
Ang inaasahan po kasi namin, Mr. Chair, is that of course yung ibang component ay dadalhin ng Department of Public Works and Highways kasi po ang gusto na nga ng ating presidente dapat yung flood control po ay water management project. So kami po ay
Ay
nagsumiti.
malaking kapalpakan na po ang nangyari sa DPWH. Wag na po natin silang asahan dahil siya ngayon yung blue ribbon naging red ribbon. Sir, ano po ang kailangan po ninyo? Kasi maniwala po kayo sa akin, matindi po ang kakampi nyo ngayon. Ang committee chairman po ng agriculture magandang kakampi ninyo. Kaya diretsahin nyo po kami kung ano po ang kailangan ninyo para po totoong mangyari na yung dumating naman po ang kaligayahan sa ating mga magsasaka.
Tama po. Actually, Mr. Chair, ang lagi po nga namin sinasabi at ang mga magsasaka natin noon ngang dumalaw ang ating presidente sa Cagayan, may pinasinayaan po sila na flood control project doon na unang-unang talagang pinuri niya na nakakatulong sa irigasyon. Kasi nagtulungan po ang NIA at DPWH doon. Ang sabi ng isang farmer doon, kahit na nandyan ang patabas, yan siya, kahit anong tulong nyo sa amin, kung walang tubig, wala rin hong mangyayari. So, ang food security po, naniniwala rin po tayo, ang paniwala po talaga natin is number one na kailangan ay irrigation facility. Kahit po, kung susobrahan ko magsalita, pwede ka nga magtanim po kahit walang lupa, dahil hydroponics, pero hindi ka pwede magtanim na walang tubig. So, kung nakikiusap po kami dito sa committee po, sa inyo po sa lahat, kung pwede, madagdagan naman yung budget po.
Masasabi niyo po ba na ibalik na lang sa DA kaysa nasa ilalim pa ng Office of the President? Mas madali pa po yung buhay ninyo nung nasa DA po kayo o nung nasa Office of the President?
Actually po, medyo parehas lang naman po ang kaya lang po ang DA naman, weekly naman po ang meeting namin. Yung aming convergence project with DA po ay lalo pong napagtibay naman. Kasi maganda po yung aming convergence project with DA.
Sino umuupo, sorry, with the permission of Senator Padilla, sino umuupong chairman ngayon ng NIA?
Ang Office of the President, Executive Secretary po.
So may representative si ES?
Yes po. At ang Vice Chair ng NIA po ngayon ay Department of Agriculture po.
Sino umuupo bilang Vice Chair?
Si Rice, ang ating Yusek for Rice, Chris Morales po.
So merong kinatawan ang DA sa board ng NIA?
Yes po.
Para merong koordinasyon?
Yes po.
Okay.
Dagdag na lang po, sir, kasi po kawawa na po ang magsasaka. O medyo iwan na po. Iwan na. Lahat po gumaganda na ang buhay. Yung mga magsasaka, iwan na iwan, boss. Opo, kayo na lamang po ang inaasahan. Ang DA at kayo. Sana po maging derechahan na lang po kung ano man yung kailangan talaga. Huwag na po nating intindihin kung sino yung nakaupo, kung sino. Sa amin naman po, wala nang politika eh. So totoo lang po, hindi na namin iniintindi ng aming chairman kung ano pa yung politika mo o ano yung politika niya. Magsasaka na lang po ang isipin natin, boss. Kung ano po ba sa ngayon, magkano po ang kailangan ninyo?
Ang initial nga po na request namin, kahit na sana huwag kaming dagdagan kung balik man lang po sana yung pantay doon sa aming GAA po nung nakaraang taon. Abay, marami na po tayong matutulungan magsasaka po.
Ay, kapartner niyo po ako dyan. Sasabihin po natin yan sa ating chairman. Pagtutulungan po namin dahil alam niyo po, maswerte po tayo dito ngayon sa chairman natin sa agriculture at talagang sa kanya po walang politika. Lusob ng lusob ito eh. Kaya sana po, pagtulungan po natin. Isang question na lang po. Yung tungkol po doon sa namatay, pwede po bang sagutin niyo po kami? Ano pa talaga ang nangyari doon sa batang yon? Bakit?
Well, actually po, ang nakakalungkot nga ay nangyari, ano po, actually, hindi lamang si Kyle ang naging empleyado po ng National Irrigation. Ah, yung magulang po niya, yung nanay at tatay niya ay nagtrabaho rin po sa NIA. In fact, yung mother niya is ang aming HR po noong time na yun, noong nakaraan, bago po siya mag-retire. Ang NIA po ay mariin po kinokondena yung nangyari kay Kyle, ano po, at nakakalungkot lamang po na kami yung naituturo. But ang totoo po niya, nung tinignan ko nga ho yung post ni Kyle sa kanyang Facebook, yung kanyang mga binabatikos, ano po, ay nandun yung aming print po namin Mga isang dangkal yung binabatikos niya na iba't ibang ahensya. Sa NIA, may mga lambing lang naman po siya ng mga pinatignan ng mga project, which kami naman po ay aming binalidate. Ano po?
Ibig niyo pong sabihin, hindi lang po yung corruption daw sa inyo. Daw po, wala po akong sinasabing meron. Daw, sabi na po ni Kyle na meron daw pong corruption sa inyong tanggapan.
Hindi po kami. In fact, yung kanyang mga issues, meron na po kaming press release sa agency. Makikita nyo sa aming Facebook account. Pinapakita nga po namin yung comparison ano po doon sa aming Facebook account nung pinost ni Kyle at saka yung totoo po na sitwasyon ng project. At in fact po yung project pala na tinutukoy ni Kyle ay hindi po sa ating administration yon, Mr. Senator. Noon pang nakaraang administrasyon po.
Naayos na po ba yun?
Maayos naman po. Kung
Sabi po nila meron.
Sorry, meron kayong sinumiti na pwede nyo bang ipakita?
Pwede bang ipakita yung ating report? May composite report po kasi sa
Yes.
maging.
Pwede nyo bang ipakita rito para may record tayo?
Habang hinihintay, teka, wait lang po ha.
Natanggap ko yung report, no? Pero magandang maipaliwanag kay Senator Padilla ito.
Actually po, Mr. Senator, yung isang project po doon na kinocomplain ni Kyle was yung 40 million, 2020 po siya na ipabid at 2021 po natapos.
Sa anong lugar po yun? Parang sa Barm yata yun eh.
Maging Lanao del Sur po.
Opo. Pwede pong makita ba? Akala ko may picture po yan.
Meron po. Baka pwede natin i-share.
Ay, pinigay sa akin ito.
Itong report natin. Andito sa akin.
Wala kayong ano nito?
Meron.
May copy na po sa social media sa pwede na.
Ayan, dito na lang para makita ng Senate.
Hindi nyo kayang ilagay rito? Para for the record?
Kaya ang totoo niyan, Mr. Chair, ay kung tutuusin mo, yung kanya naman binabatikos hindi naman sa ating administrasyon. Ano po? So, kaya nga binigyan namin din ng pansin ito.
Naayos po ba niyo? Sa administrasyon niyo, naayos po ba niyo yung nirereklamo niya?
Meron pong na-damage lang noong 2023 po kasi.
O administrasyon niyo na yun?
Yes, sir.
Naayos po ba niyo?
Ang 2024 na po namin naayos kasi wala po kaming QRF fund ng 2023. So, 2024 na ayos na po yun.
So, ayos na po?
Opo, ayos po yun.
Ano pong sabi niya bago siya na, yun po ba nabawi niya na naayos niyo?
Pwede po ba nating, sino bang,
kasi boss, kayo yung kumbaga last touch. Alam niyo po yung last touch? Kayo yung last touch eh.
Tama po yan. Anyway po, nandito po yung aming representative po ng Mindanao projects, yung overall projects namin sa Mindanao.
Nasaan
Si
po?
Ma'am Salome, baka pwede ho natin, kasi sila po yung nag-validate noong project dati.
Bilisan po natin, baka
Salome.
3 minutes na lang ako.
Dapat hindi kasama po yung
Senator
sagot
Padilla, ikaw lang ang nag-reserve, kaya mas pwedeng i-extend yung inyong 10 minutes.
Salome, magandang po sa inyo hapon. Pwede niyo po bang bigyan kami ng kaliwanagan dito? Dahil sa Mindanao po itong nangyayari. Alam niyo naman po na lugar ko din po yon.
Good afternoon po, Honorable Chairperson and Honorable Senator Robin Padilla. I am Salome Naragas Layasan. I am one after we received the memorandum from Administrator Eduardo E.D. Gillian. The team composing of technical engineers from the Mindanao regions, Region 9, 11, 12, 13, and from the central office, proceeded immediately to the Maging Communal Irrigation Project. From there,
Ma'am, sorry po. Saan po ito? Lugar sa Mindanao?
sa
Lanao del Sur po ba ito?
Lanao Sur po ng Maging. So, nag-walk through kaagad kami papuntang dam. From there, sa dam, nakikita namin upstream of the dam, may tubig and flowing towards the intake. Yung intake papunta ng main canal in full capacity. So therefore, another thing, nakikita po namin na yung physical structure ng dam ay in place. The components, the parts of the dam, andoon po. So, the team concluded that the dam is operational po. And pagkatapos doon, we proceeded, nag-walk through din kami sa main canal up to the lateral A canal and lateral B canal. Nakikita po namin that the structure ay in place and water is flowing, conveying nagko-convey po yung canals ng eksaktong tubig.
So yung pong pinakita niyang picture na wasak, gawa na po ngayon.
Opo, lahat. Hindi namin nakikita yung mga pictures na nasa social media which questions the integrity of the project. Yun po, sir. In fact, we have farmers na gumagamit na po ng tubig, nagtatanim na po. So yun, the Maging Communal Irrigation Project is operational.
Yun lang po ba ang kanyang sinasabi na nagkaroon ng anomalya doon po sa inyong ahensya? Yun lang po? Wala na po bang ibang siyang tinuro pa?
Meron pa po yung ating Ditsaan Ramain National Irrigation System, particularly yung Water Masters Quarter na nasisira nung nakita namin, pinuntahan namin, nakikita yung door at saka yung electrical lang po.
With the permission of Senator Padilla, tama ba ito yung posted sa kaliwa? Ibig sabihin pinost nung naging biktima. Itong sa kanan, yan ang as of October 13, 2025. Tama ba? So, ang sinasabi nyo rito, outdated yung kanyang mga in-upload na photo. Outdated. Ibig sabihin, luma. Ayan, ito yung pinicture niya sa kaliwa. Tama? At base doon sa in-encircle nyo, yun yung puno, naroon yung tower sa kaliwa. Ngayon, andito yung puno, andito yung tower sa kanan, at yan na yung kanal. So ito hindi tapos, yan tapos. Ganun. Yes, go ahead.
Natabunan po yung kanal. So, after that, yung sinasabi kanina ni Administrator na in 2024, inayos po. So that's why we have that picture to the right na restored na po. Yun yung nakikita na namin.
So ito rin. Yung tapos na yan. Ayan. Please use the microphone, Administrador.
Yung kanal po kasi, kung mapansin niyo po, naka-slope. So nung bumaha po, natabunan siya ng lupa, pero nasira yung kanal. Pero naayos din po. Yan ang sinasabi na.
Okay, so can we go back to that one, yung kaninang yan. So itong sa kaliwa, pagkatapos ng kalamidad. Tama?
Yeah.
Kaya ganyan ang itsura.
Yes.
Ay, hindi naman dahil substandard yun, ano?
Lalong hindi po ghost, Mr. Chair.
So hindi ghost.
Hindi ghost.
Pero hindi rin substandard.
Actually po, Mr. Chair, kung pwede lang, Kasi ang sistema po namin sa NIA, kapag nag-validate po kami, hindi lang yung project. Kinakausap po namin yung tao, yung mga irrigators association natin. Meron din pong interview dyan, kung pwede lang namin i-play, para makita nyo pati yung, I mean, kung ano yung problema nila. Tinatanong namin
Teka, sino tong nandito sa kaliwa? Siya ba yun?
Siguro po.
May, hindi, yung sa kaliwa. Yung nagpicture ng merong... Kasi siya nag-post niyan. Hindi natin alam kung siya yan. Pero siya nag-post niyan. At ang kanyang... ba't nawala? Anyway, pakibalik. At ang sinasabi niya dyan sa post niya doon sa kaliwa, hindi kompleto, hindi ayos. Pero nung as of October 13, pinakita ninyo ulit sa pangalawang picture na tapos at gumagana. Kasi namatay siya o pinatay siya October 10. So itong pag-check nyo, 3 days later.
I have to say po, Mr. Chair, pag kami natatanggap kami mga report, kahit sa social media lang, nagpa-validate po kami. So may mga validation po kami per region. Kaya lang dito sa case na ito, hindi namin ginamit yung region kasi nga gusto namin malaman yung katotohanan. So kung napansin nyo po, lahat ng regions doon may team, may pinadalang team. Puwera po yung
Jacob, isang membro ng Maging Lanao del Sur Proper FIA Association. Po namin na itong irrigation ay na-implement dito sa aming lugar dahil malaking tulong po ito sa aming mga magsasaka. Lalo na sa aming mga palayan. Kung dati po ay nakakapagtanim lang kami ng isa sa isang taon, ngayon po ay nagagawa na namin 3 dahil po dito sa irrigation na to at laging pasasalamat namin sa National Irrigation Association. Regarding po dito sa irrigation, sa tuwing may maintenance po dito, nagtutulungan po yung joint po yung NIA at saka kaming mga association member na nagtutulungan, sa kanila po yung materials at sa amin po yung service. Kami po yung gumagawa, sa kanila nanggagaling materials para may saayos tong irrigation na ito. Para tuloy-tuloy yung daloy at tuloy-tuloy yung yaya. Amin pong hiling ng mga magsasaka, sana po ay kung mayroon pang improvement na pwedeng italaga nila ay gawin nila at saka sana po lahat ng mga magsasaka sa buong Pilipinas ay malagyan po ng irrigation dahil malaking tulong po ito sa kanila at naging pasasalamat po ito. Kami po ay nananawagan sa National Irrigation Association na sana po ay kaming mga magsasaka magkaroon ng kahit kunting mga kagamitan sa pagsasaka like yung harvester, yung tractor at saka yung fertilizer po. Kasi minsan po doon kami nalulugi sa fertilizer dahil sa mahal po ng fertilizer, hindi namin makuha yung halaga niya. Kapag nag-aani kami, minsan tabla. Sana po matulungan nila kami kahit konti po at saka yung mga ibang kagamitan po. Salamat, maraming salamat.
Mr. Chair.
Anong tanim nila?
Palay po.
Palay. Okay, go ahead.
Actually po kaya namin pinami-interview.
Before you proceed, we'd like to acknowledge the presence of the chairperson of the Senate Committee on Finance, Senator Win Gatchalian. Thank you for joining us. Go ahead.
Actually po pag nag-interview kami ng mga IAs po, para rin malaman kung ano talaga yung kailangan nila, yung actual na kailangan. And usually po, of course, yung additional sa irrigation nila and yung ating mga farm inputs, yung mga yun po yung
Chairman, mabalik lang tayo
Yes, go ahead.
sa napatay. So masasabi niyo po talaga na sa inyo pong ahensya wala pong nangyaring anomalya.
Opo, gusto ko lang po idagdag.
Kasi
Mr.
para
Chair.
maliwanagan po natin, dahil alam niyo po, tinawag po ang atensyon namin kasi ng mga grupo. Marami pong grupo ang humihingi ng tulong at humihingi ng hustisya. Pati po yung mga samahan ng abogado, may mga fraternity. Kaya gusto po namin liwanagin. Kasi siyempre, kayo po yung naituturo eh. Hindi po kayo sabihin yung ahensya nyo. Opo.
Yun nga po ang malungkot, Mr. Chair. Actually, nung mangyari po yan, sumulat kami kaagad sa PNP, sa CIDG, sa NBI, at nag-usap-usap nga po yung union ng mga empleyado ng SANIA at top management. Nag-offer po tayo ng reward para po sa kung sino makapag-provide ng information, nag-offer kami ng reward money. Pero kung pagdating po sa implementation ng project, Mr. Chair, is that ang masasabi ko po, iba ang sistema ng NIA. Alam po ng ating gagalang-galang na chairman yan. Kasi po sa NIA po, pagka magsisimula pa lang ng project, kasama na po namin yung may mga Irrigators Association. Sa pirmahan pa lang po ng kontrata, nandyan na sila. Meron pa po kami tinatawag na pre-construction conference na kung saan ina-explain ng NIA sa ating IAs, sa municipal agriculturist at sa municipal engineer yung scope of works. At mahigpit po ang tagubilin namin sa NIA na yung 70% ng workforce doon ay dapat IAs po. Dahil ang aming mindset, kapag ka ang nagkatrabaho doon ay may sense of ownership, ay ipagmamalasakit po nila. Hindi lamang po yon. Kasama rin po sila sa inspection at sa acceptance po ng project. Malabo po na magkaroon ng yung opo dahil sila po mismo ang kasama nagtatrabaho.
Meron po ba kayong suspect?
Well, kami again tinignan ko nga po yung
Sino po tinitingnan? Andito ba?
yung Mr. Chair, isasabit namin sa inyo yung kanyang post. Ano po, ang dami kasi lahat ng ahensya, lahat ng agency.
Pag sinabi mong lahat, anong lahat?
I mean, Senate, Congress, DPWH, DOH, lahat po may po na po si Kyle. Kaya po nalulungkot kami at kami nga po yung ituturo. Although tumutulong naman po kami at lahat naman po ng kooperasyon sa PNP at saka sa NBI binibigay naman natin para ma-resolve din po yung kaso.
Base dun sa informasyon ng PNP, parang siya, di ba? Lumalabas hired assassins kasi riding in tandem ata, no? Ang pumatay sa kanya. Yung incident report sa Cagayan de Oro, no? So, well, kung ganun nga, di ibig sabihin merong nasa likod na talagang tiniyak na yun. No? May nagbayad para gawin ito. In other words, meron talaga siyang kabangga. No? Kaya nga yun ang tinatanong natin. At isa sa mga news reports, yun na nga, corruption sa NIA ang posibleng anggulo. No? Kaya nga nais nating ma-clarify ito.
Mr. Chair, gusto ko pong ulitin, na yung kanyang tinutukoy ng mga projects ay projects ng previous administration. Sila ang nagpundo, sila ang nagpabid, natapos nga sa previous administration, kaya nga, bakit naman kami masasaktan? Kami naman po ay nag-imbestiga.
Napatay sa administrasyon mo eh. Huwag mo na ituro yung dating administrasyon. Ba?
Hindi,
lumang tugtugin na yan.
What we mean, sir, is that
sino ba yung taga Mindanao na mo dito?
Region 10.
Region 10.
Diba? What is your name, sir?
Hello po, Mr. Chair. Larry Pranada po.
Sir, ano ba ang balita dyan? Wala ka bang naaamoy dun?
Sa ngayon po, under investigation po. First na nag-imbestiga sa amin.
Pero kilala mo siya, di ba? Sigurado?
Yes po, sir.
Anong pagkakakilala mo naman kay Sir?
Siya po ang aming
Investigator, parang ganun, di ba?
legal researcher po.
O researcher. So,
Yes.
magaling mag-research yun. Di ba, Sir? Researcher, pabihira naman. Researcher nga eh.
Pero under po siya sa legal team po namin.
Pero researcher.
Yes po.
Hindi siya abogado, researcher.
Yes po. Hindi po siya abogado.
Mm.
Law graduate.
Law graduate. Okay,
Yes.
go ahead.
Mr. Chair, Mr. Chair, if I may. Ito po yung post niya. Ito, hindi ho niya ito. Lahat
Pwede
po
i-turn over sa amin yan para at least on
hindi po
may
niya
record
yan
kami.
lahat po ng Opo, boss. Yan ang sinasabi po namin. Hindi naman kami ang talagang ano po.
So, kilala mo siya, Sir?
Yes
May
po,
mga
sir.
kaaway ba siya talaga? May mga kaaway ba siya?
Hindi ko po masabi po yun, sir.
Pero, magkaibigan ba kayo?
Oo, lahat naman ng mga empleyado sa Region 10, kaibigan ko po.
Wala po ba siyang nakukwento sa inyo? Na
Sa
may
akin,
kaaway siya, meron siyang kabunggo?
wala naman po.
Kamusta po yung estado ng kanyang buhay? Maayos po ba?
After sa kasi nag-start siya na as employee sa NIA November 23, 2022. Then nag-in siya ng June 30, 2025 kasi nag-convey siya to the sa amin sa Region 10 management that he not to renew his casual appointment po.
Bakit daw po ayaw niya mag-renew?
Hindi ko na po alam, sarili na po niya yun po.
Aba. Sige po, mag-usap na lang po kami ni Engineer mamaya. Opo, pero kayo po, wala po kayong alam na naging kaaway niya doon sa inyo, sa lugar na
Wala
yun,
po, wala po.
sa Cagayan de Oro.
Opo, kaibigan ko po siya.
Opo, siya po, wala po siya na ikwento sa inyong kaaway niya o tumakot sa kanya, gano'n.
Wala po, wala pa akong narinig po.
Nakapagbigay na po kayo ng statement din sa pulis?
Wala pa ba, baka bukas po.
Opo, yung...
Pero yung sa CIDG, nandun na, last Monday, nakapagbigay na po kami.
Opo, tulungan na lang po niyo yung investigasyon kasi napakadami pong mga talagang humihingi po ng tulong sa amin para matulungan na mabigyan ng hustisya.
Opo, Mr. Chairman.
Opo, maraming salamat po. Salamat po, Chairman.
Maraming salamat, Senator Padilla. Sige, isasubmit nito sa amin, ano? Para lang mayroon. Oo. So ito iba-ibang post tungkol sa iba-ibang ahensya, pati ang Senado, pati ang DPWH, Office of the President. Okay. Yes.
Chairman, just to, itong binabasa ko yung post niya. Apparently, he was referring to a ghost project. Parang ito, sabi niya, to make matters worse, a report was made declaring the canals fully completed. The regional director, sino ba yung regional, kayo ba? The regional director signed the report despite knowing that no ocular inspection was ever conducted. A memorandum from the central office clearly directs field inspection. To prove issues, the IA president conducted a field investigation and revealed that the project is incomplete and substandard. So, kayo ba ho ang regional director during this time?
Mr. Chair, yes po.
So, mayroong allegation of substandard or incomplete or even ghost projects?
Wala po. Kanina po, napakita na po sa...
Napakita po kanina, Mr.
Merong
Chair.
pinakita kanina. Pwede yung pakita ulit. And before we also would like to place on record and acknowledge the presence of former Majority Leader Senator Joel Villanueva. So, pwede ipakita ulit yung in-upload at yung... Kailan pala yung sinasabing kalamidad? Kasi nagkaroon daw ng kalamidad, tinamaan yung proyekto, kaya it needed rehabilitation. It needed repair. Di ba? Tama?
Opo.
Kailan yung bagyo ba yun? Ano ba yun? Nung nasira. So ano lang, monsoon rains.
Heavy
Gano'n?
rains po na
Heavy
matagal
rains lang.
matapos, kaya nag-slide po yung bank ng kanal.
Tapos gaano katagal mula nung nasira at na-repair? Mabilis ba? Ayan, no? Again, Senator Win, according to their report, they actually reported this. On the left was the uploaded photos of the victim, claiming, yun na nga, na hindi natapos yung proyekto. So 3 days after his death, nagkaroon sila ng composite team of different regions, pinuntahan yung actual na lugar, at yung proyekto, teka. At hindi yan, yung kanina. Yung nauna. Yan. So he posted this online, yung victim, and then based on the report submitted sa atin ng NIA, this is the actual photo, October 13, 2025. So they encircled yung area, yung puno, etc. So yan yun. Next slide, please. Ayon. On the left was the posted photo claiming sira. October 13 on the right, same photo, same area, same angle. Ayun, yung tower and yung puno. Pero ayan yung proyekto. Ang sinasabi ni Engineer Layasan, who was the one who did the ocular, she is saying na maaring yung mga photos ay nung nagkaroon ng danyos dahil sa rains, diba? Heavy rains. Noong 2023. Pero na-repair na siya, kaya ito yung actual. Next photo, please. Meron pa isa. Ayan. Ano, tapos na yan. Hindi pa ba? Hindi, tapos na yan. Tapos na rin yan. Ayan. O yan din yun. Meron pa. Yan. So ito yung pinost ng biktima. Pero yung actual, based on October 13 photos, functional siya. Ayan. Tama? And then they also showed a video of one of the Irrigators Association members. Kailan kinuha yun? Video na yun? October 13. So, yun.
I think mas maganda siguro since meron namatay is pa-imbestigahan ng police, ng PNP, so that meron na bang investigation?
Meron na po, Mr. Chair. In fact, gaya ng nasabi ko kanina, nag-usap-usap din ng mga emplyados po ng NIA at nag-raise po kami ng reward money po para sa makakapagbigay ng information para humasolve yung kaso ni Kyle.
We'll coordinate na lang with the PNP. Well, andito kanina yung PNP, no? But we'll coordinate na lang and get an independent report. Kasi ang allegation is against NIA, eh. Diba? So, of course, inimbestigahan nyo, but the allegations against you. So, pag inimbestigahan nyo sarili nyo, medyo may question mark doon. So, we'll rather get it from an independent body who will investigate it.
Tama po yun, Mr. Chair. In fact, ang amin lang naman is yung project ang aming pinakita. And of course, yung investigation sa pagkamatay niya, of course, sa PNP and CIDG and NBI actually po. At ang sinasabi po nga namin kanina, Mr. Chair, binigay namin yung mga post niya dyan sa lahat po yan ay, kung makikita nyo, hindi lang po naman niya ang kanyang binabanatan po.
You have tapos na si Senator Padilla with his 10 minutes. You can...
Okay.
Yes.
Maybe si Joel na.
Okay. Please, Senator Villanueva, Senator Win has agreed to yield to you with your questions. Go ahead.
And I'm not his twin, Your Honor.
Yes.
So a lot of people would think I am his twin. But thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a brief questions that I'd like to raise on this particular hearing. I think everyone knows I hail from Bulacan. It's both a blessing and sometimes a curse because of what has been happening. Because you're from Bulacan, lahat na ng project sa Bulacan, sa iyo na. And until now, after several hearings, hanggang ngayon wala pa ring makitang flood control project kay Joel Villanueva, pero ganun talaga buhay. We'll continue to do our job. I have notified the NIA about this situation because in May 2025, meron pong rubber gate doon sa Bustos Dam that deflated and collapsed. I have been following this up for quite some time because I am from this area. And the Bulacan Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office attributed the breakage to extreme heat index. Whether you would also subscribe to that reasoning, they were saying that it might have compromised the integrity of the rubber material. And another thing is that it has been said over and over that if the remaining rubber gates of this dam, this Bustos Dam, will be damaged one after the other, it could affect 15,706 hectares of rice and vegetable and 12,904 farmers with an estimated loss of 880 million pesos to 2.69 billion pesos to the agriculture sector. May we know the current status now of this repair ng Bustos Dam? Is the decrease in the water level attributable to the spillage from the rubber gates or other factors, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Actually, we are securing additional funds po from the Office of the President po for para ma-replace natin yung rubber dam, ano. NIA has previously submitted a request for additional funding on DBM po. And the DBM directed this agency po to submit.
Before we go further, can we, just for the record, what really happened, Your Honor? What really happened? Because if you're, again, asking funding from the national government, we might see another issue here that we experienced, like in the Commission on Appointments, where Senator Ligarda was asked to fund another item na hindi naman kailangan i-fund, pwede namang i-repair o pwede namang kunin doon sa nagkamali. Kaya importante na makita ho natin muna ito. Ano ba yung nangyari? Sino bang may kasalanan? Ito ba force majeure talaga?
Well, Mr. Chair, to be honest, yun pong nailagay na mga rubber bladders ay substandard.
There you go.
Actually po, kung mapansin mo yung rubber bladder, dapat buo yun eh. Buo siya. Nung in-examine po namin yung nasira, parang yung tube ng sasakyan dapat buo. Pero napansin namin na patong-patong, patsi-patsi po siya. So talaga pong hindi humahusay, ano po.
This project was implemented when? And meron bang insurance supposed to be ito? Because we cannot fund another project na hindi nyo rin ma-oversee or masasabi nyo tama na yung gagamiting materials dahil kayo na ho nagsabi, substandard, but what did you do about it?
Mr. Chair, pwede po bang i-refer yung...
Mr. Chairman, if we may ask the right resource person to answer our questions, Mr. Chair. Unfortunately, they're all pointing fingers, Mr. Chair. So,
kinukuha lang po yung... kinukuha yung...
Yes, Mr. Chair, if I may.
Are you Attorney Kudal?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Good
Go
afternoon.
ahead.
Sir, please.
So when the rubber bladder was damaged, we immediately, as already mentioned,
This was
in May
2025.
this year.
This year, okay.
So immediately were tasked by the administrator to ask for funding from the Office of the President. Simultaneously with that, we submitted a demand letter, sent a demand letter to the contractor.
The
And
name
what
of the contractor is
ITP Guangxi.
ITP.
Yes.
Guangxi.
Yes, Mr. Chair. For the replacement of all, not only the gate, rubber gate 5, but all the I think 6 rubber bladders. So while doing that, we also endorsed the matter to the Statutory Council of NIA, which is the OGCC, and we were advised several remedies. Among the remedies which we already complied or implemented is the blacklisting of the contractor. Another, we have submitted our draft complaint to the OGCC in the intention of aiding them in facilitating the filing of the case, either before the regular courts or with the SIAC, but it's up to the OGCC. Another remedy that was given to us is that it may be procured by NIA, subject to the reimbursement from the contractor.
Of reimbursement, were claims for damages and the warranty already filed against this contractor, itong ITP Guangxi Limited Consortium? Were claims for damages?
That is included,
warranty?
Mr. Chair, in our draft complaint.
So it's still a draft, wala pang pinail.
They're already finalizing, Mr. Chair. We
When
already
you say they're already finalizing, what's our timetable here?
we already asked for a meeting with the OGCC. If I may get back to the Honorable Chair, perhaps before they end.
Yes, please, because as I mentioned earlier, this is something very important and time is of the essence here. Livelihood ng ating mga kababayan yung
Yes, Mr.
nakadepende po dito, no? Right now, it's May 2025, it's October now. Ano ho nga asahan ng taong bayan at siguro yan, medyo matagal po yan pagka ganyan yung claims na hinahanap natin. And habang humihingi po kayo ng claims, ang binanggit ho unang-una dito is hinihingan nyo rin ng pondo ang national government. Kasama po ba to sa 2026 budget? I'm sure wala.
We are waiting for the
So wala,
reply.
hindi kasama.
That
So
is
okay, again, while waiting and time is of the essence here, you're talking about 15,706 hectares, 12,904 farmers that will be affected. Ano hong ginagawa natin? Administrator?
Mr. Chair, actually, yun nga po, talagang kinukulit po namin ang DBM at Malacanang para mag-release sila ng pundo para dito. In fact, yun pong tinanggal na budget po sa DPWH, yun po yung yung number one na priority natin na kung bibigyan ang NIA, dapat doon kumuha.
May sinabihan na po ba kayo? For example, dito sa committee, sa amin po, sa mga senador, may nasabihan na po ba kayo tungkol dito? Wala po. So, ibig sabihin, hindi nyo po talaga siniseryoso to eh. 12,900 farmers po ito, Your Honor. Yung apektado dito. Hindi pa ho kasama dito yung fisher folks. Hindi ko alam kung anong inihintay po ninyong lahat. Kaya ho ako nandito eh. I'm not supposed to be attending this hearing. But when I found out that you are here, I think it's important that we take good care of our farmers. Si Senator Kiko, ang champion ng agriculture dito sa Senado, pag narinig niya itong efforts po ninyo, baliwala pala. Senator Robin, Senator Win, pare-parehong ang puso nito nasa farmers and fisher folks. So, ano ho ito? Wala ho ito because I have seen the river itself. Kalahati lang ho yung river actually. In fact, when I asked several times your office, you have been saying na, hindi, operational naman, 100% operational. When I heard that, sabi ko, I have to go to this hearing. Because if any one of you would tell me it's 100% operational, I will cancel everything today and I will be with you, I will bring you to Bustos Dam and I will show you na hindi po 100% operational. Kalahati lang ang tubig ngayon ng river po doon. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna be waiting lang? Mahirap naman po ito. Kawawa naman itong mga farmers. Almost 13,000.
Oo. Yeah, actually, Mr. Chair, ang ginawa na po ng NIA dito is nilagyan yung nasira po na bay. Actually, pinalitan ng contractor yung unang nasira na bay. Pero yun pong isang nasirang bay po ngayon, nilagyan na namin ng seat piles para po kung itaas namin yung rubber bladder, makakapag-irrigate pa rin po kami.
Right now, when you talk about irrigation, siguro yung farmers na wag na yung fisher folks because
sir, no? This wet season, sir, we have already irrigated pool po doon sa program area namin dahil wet season nga po. But during dry po at elevation 15, ang affected area po natin is 12,000 hectares po.
So 12,000
Yes.
hectares. So I'm just
Sa dry season po.
yeah, okay, I'm just pointing this out. I am not an expert. I am not pretending to be an expert. Mas maraming magagaling sa mga kasama ko tungkol dito sa usapin na ito. Tulungan natin. Bigyan nyo kami ng plano anong gagawin po ninyo. Otherwise, ako mismo, pipigilin ko kayong lahat dito sa Senado. Pagdating nyo po sa plenaryo at wala pa rin kayong plano, ako maghaharakiri ako dito kasi hindi natin pwedeng pabayaan na lang itong mga farmers natin. So, yun lang. Pwede ba tapusin natin ito before mapunta sa plenaryo? May plano na ho kayo, may ginagawa po kayo. Higit sa lahat, nagko-coordinate po kayo doon sa mga farmers natin doon, fisher folks, we have been coordinating actually with DSWD, si Secretary Rex, very helpful na papaanong mabigyan ng tulong. Yung DOLE, nabigyan din sila ng emergency employment program. But remember, Mr. Chairman, this was since May of 2025. So ang hirap po na wala silang pinagkakakitaan. So I'll stop here, pero I'll be waiting for your plan, what we can do, yung long term ay mapalitan ito, makakuha tayo ng claims, mapanagot natin yung itong Guangxi hydroelectric construction, at higit sa lahat right now matulungan natin yung mga farmers and fisher folks. Again, ulitin ko, kung sasabihin nyo sa akin 100% operational, I'm ready today. In fact, after the hearing, I can bring you there. Pero sasabihin sa inyo, hindi 100% operational. I'll go to another point.
Just to clarify, yung 12,000 hectares, aling mga bayan ito?
Sir Chair, yung Lower Bustos, Bukawe, Angat, San Rafael, San Ildefonso, Kalumpit and Pulilan. And in Pampanga, Mr. Chair, is San Luis, Candaba, San Simon, and Apalit.
So about 9 or 10 municipalities are affected by this, and 12,000 hectares of rice lands, tama?
Yes, tama po.
Which will affect their overall yields for the dry season, di ba?
Yes, sir. Tama po. Kaya nga halos ano po, talagang ang follow-up namin dito sa release ng kasi nung una po medyo wala pa kami nakukuha na legal opinion ng OGCC kung paano gagawin. Kasi nga hindi accepted yung project, Mr. Chair. So meaning parang ongoing pa siya ano po. So hindi mo pwedeng puntuhan yung isang ongoing project. Pero ang legal remedy po natin is that pwede na daw ipagawa ng NIA, pero ihabulin natin yung contractor, pababayaran natin sa kanya yung gastos. Yun po. Kasi pinalitan naman niya, nung pinapapalitan namin, nagpalit naman siya, kaya lang isa lang. Gusto namin, palitan niya lahat yung rubber bladder.
So upon the request of Senator Villanueva, we will have after this hearing, your budget will be deemed submitted for plenary subject to a presentation of a plan of action to address this problem facing Bustos Dam.
Yes, actually may plano naman po kami. Yung plano ready po lahat. Ready nga po kami magpabid, Mr. Chair. Pag i-release lang yung pondo. Kaya nga ang appeal namin, ang pinaka-latest po na appeal na namin is that
pero pag yung plano nyo subject to the release, pag hindi na-release, wala kayong plano.
Kaya nga po, Mr. Chair.
Diba? So maybe you should have a plan B. Kung hindi ma-release, ano ang stopgap measures that you will put in place?
Yung sick files.
Whatever it is, di ba, ihanda ninyo.
Yes, sir.
But anyway, sige, you put it on record. Sige, here, para lang natin. Kasi tatanungin ulit yan pagdating ng plenary.
For the plan B, sir, we will raise our OG into 1 meter. Yung pong gagamitin po namin yung sheet pile sa harangin, and then 1 tonner sandbags po para lang po makapag-raise tayo ng at elevation 16. At that same time po, at temporary lang po yun para lang po makapagpatubig kami dun sa mga area po namin habang po hinihintay po yung procurement natin.
Area namin, lahat ng area o limited pa rin?
Halos po mga 90% po siguro dun sa area mapapatubigan, and then we will conduct na lang po validation para dun sa mga hindi mapatubigan, lalagyan na lang po ng mga bomba. Mobile pump po.
Actually, Mr. Chair, ang maganda po doon sa yung initial plan namin na yan is that yun na rin po ang preparation para sa pagpapalit ng rubber bladder dahil kailangan mo rin lagyan ng coffer dam So, hitting 2 birds with 1 stone po siya. Wala tayong masasayang na pera.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, thank you. And before we leave that particular topic, wala kayong requests from the Senate, from Congress about this? Ang request nyo nasa DBM ba? Nasa Congress?
Nasa Congress po.
Nag-request po ba kayo? Baka meron. Baka pwede kaming tumulong. Let us know about it.
Wala kang...
Submit nyo na lang, Administrator, kasi
Yes, sir.
kulang na rin yung time natin, no? I'll go to another topic, Mr. Chairman. Yung COA noted that 37 irrigation contracts projects with total cost of 443.553 million programmed to be completed in calendar years 2022, 2023, 2024 incurred significant delays, ranging from 36 to 443 calendar days, while suspension and or granting of contract time extensions o yung CTEs on 66 contracts, projects with aggregate cost of 6.9 billion pesos further delay the completion thereof. So ang tanong ko po, dahil nakasalang po yung budget nyo ngayon dito sa atin, ano hong ginagawa natin o ini-implement natin to address itong delays in 37 irrigation contracts, projects, negative slippages in 46 ongoing projects na finlag po ng Commission on Audit in its 2024 report?
Mr. Chair, if I may, pwede ko bang i-refer yung question sa ating
Yes,
accounting
please.
division? Sherilyn.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. So, we'll be providing na lang po updates regarding the audit observations regarding those projects po.
Can you give us at least a gist of as to how you are addressing this? Because yung negative slippages, it ranges from 13.39% to 79% incurred by contractors in the implementation of 46 ongoing irrigation projects. Ang cost po nito na negative slippages alone is 4.998 billion pesos. Delay also in the completion of projects.
Mr.
Mahirap
Chair.
i-pass natin ito na isasubmit nyo lang po sa amin. Please.
Yeah, Mr. Chair. Actually, as of September 30, 2025, yung out of the 37 contracts, completed na po yung 35. Yung dalawa na lamang po ang ongoing, and of course, liquidated damages will be imposed on the contractors with the delayed project completion.
Completed na po
Yung
yung
35.
dalawa na lang po ang hindi completed.
Yes, Mr.
May we know what are the two
Anong the project?
hindi completed na, kasi ito ho mula pa ito ng 2022 eh. 2023. Baka pareho yung sa binanggit dito sa Senado in 2023. Chinek ko, Mr. Chairman, yung project na sinasabi na nagulat po ako, akin pala. 2 months ago lang sinimulan. 2023. Nasaan program? Wala pa sa GAA na hindi natin alam lahat, at sinabi mismo ng accuser, hindi ko alam, hindi alam na sa flood control at nasaan program. Kaya importante magkaroon tayo ng ganito. Kaya this is very important, itong mga meetings and budget deliberations. Please.
Yeah, Mr. Chair. Ang dalawang hindi natatapos po ay itong Bulao Irrigation Project sa Las Navas, Samar, and Pinipisakan. Yung Bulao Irrigation Project po is nasa 98.89% na, at yung Pinipisakan Irrigation project din is 95.1%.
So that means by year end matatapos po natin to for sure.
Yes,
No?
Mr.
Thank you Mr. Chairman. That's good news and music to our ears na pwede na naming i-let go itong mga ganitong klaseng report, no? Yung pong sa right of way issues, Mr. Chair, meron ding audit report about right of way doon sa Balog-Balog multipurpose project. Ano pong ginagawa natin to? Kasi itong right of way issue, lagi itong napag-uusapan dito. Meron ba kaming maitutulong para maayos ito? Laging issue po ito every year eh. Itong unresolved right of way.
Mr. Chair, i-refer ko po yung question kay Attorney Codal and Randy Alipis.
Regarding po sa right of way, as soon as a request will be coming from the Balog-Balog, we immediately file expro if needed, and we proceed if possible for negotiated sale po on the immediately po if it is issued to the legal services.
Okay.
Yeah. Maliit na halaga ito, no? 6.9 million worth and 4 million worth. Bakit sa napakalait na halaga, nade-delay? Tama ba yun?
Your Honor, no, I am Engineer Randy Alipis, no, the acting project manager of Balagbalog. Usually the delay comes from the lacking documents coming from the owner, no. Kailangan kasi natin yung mga title, no, at saka other documents coming from the DAR, say for example, the DAR clearance, no. Tumatagal tayo doon, no. Kaya nga nagtutulong na yung office natin para mag-comply yung mga lacking documents para mabayaran natin.
So
At
this
yung
is-
iba naman, nadidelay kasi nasa expropriation na siya, no? Ilang taon na hindi pa lumalabas yung decision. Kaya ngayon yung nangyari, Mr. Chair, dahil nga sa tagal ng panahon, na nakipag-negotiate kami, napilitan na kami ipa-terminate itong mga kontrata rito. At i-reprogram na lang namin sa mga area na walang right-of-way problem.
Yes, but that affects the overall targets for completion of the project.
Yes, Mr. Chair, no. Also, the area that being programmed will be affected. That is around the total program area for Balog-Balog actually is around 34,000 hectares, no. But the affected areas, no, we are now concentrating the remaining amounts affected by relocation or right-of-way. We are now concentrating on the replacement area. So that bago matapos yung Balog-Balog High Dam natin, ma-attain pa rin natin yung 34,000 hectares.
Share your sentiments.
Mhm.
Mr. Chairman, at the end of the day, yung pinakaayaw natin syempre yung wastage of government funds. Siguro ano na lang, last point or last 2 points na napansin ko rin po kasi yung report dun ng COA dun sa 2 solar powered irrigation systems sa Halur River Multipurpose Project. Ano ba yung nangyari dito at pati yung mga kaibigan ho natin kasi doon we're asking us, no. Siguro kahit na report na lang, yung isa na lang po na i-raise ko before I give up the floor. There are 15 completed communal irrigation system projects. Ang total cost po niya 393.99 million pesos. That were implemented calendar years 2012 to 2024, ganun ho katagal, no? And have not been turned over yet to the respective irrigators association. Ito ho ay nakalagay din po dito sa COA report. May I ask, why have 15 completed communal irrigation system projects with a total cost of 393 million not been turned over to Irrigators Association or Irrigation Service Cooperatives? Sa Region 13 po ito, since their completion between 2012 to 2024. May we know what happened here?
Yeah, Mr. Chair. Actually, 2 out of the 14 projects are completed na po and or rehabilitated.
The report says 15 are already completed.
Yeah,
So
ayos
when you say 2 out of 14, di kulang pa rin. So hindi pa rin ba 15? O baka ang ibig niyo pong sabihin na hindi completed is that 2 were already turned over, sir?
actually, yung pang 15 po is turned over na nung May 13, 2025, yung
So
Lingis
isa lang
Llanos.
na turned over.
Yes, and 2 out of the 14 projects completed and rehabilitated. Ano na po, for acceptance na po ito. Ano po?
Sir, para malinaw po tayo. 15 yung naka-report na